And we are live. Welcome to the live stream, Arm Wrestling fans. I'm Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News, and today we are going to discuss two super matches from East versus West 4, which is going to be on August 6th, and the time is 8 p.m. Turkish time. You can convert that, or you can go to Core Sports Instagram page and you can find the entire time zone list there. So the two super matches that we are going to talk about, and by the way, link to the pay-per-view, $15 pay-per-view, you must buy it, link is in the description. The two super matches that we are going to discuss today are Artem Morozov versus Dave Chaffee and Derek Smith versus Revaz Lutidze. The big match, I'm going to try to keep it for the end, so it is a request. If you are the early birds, if you have joined early, maybe you can listen this. Please try to keep the initial chat, and you early birds, you have the luxury to kind of direct the chat, so please start the chat with Derek Smith versus Rivas Lutidze questions. We'll try to keep it to that for the first at least 10 minutes, then about 20 minutes we are going to discuss the next super match and try to make an educated guess, which many people call prediction. It is, I don't know what that sign means, brother. Let's go, Pradeep. Ray and Blue Bowen. We have already discussed that match in detail. Master Jack is in the house. Hey Pradeep, hi guys, welcome brother. Aries is opening a gift. I don't know what's in. Is there a cat in that? MP3 Talon is in the house. Robert Gould. Hey Pradeep, welcome brother, welcome. My screen is black, but I have audio. Good to see that. Good to hear that. You cannot see. Hello Jack, hello Pradeep. Costas Fortis again supporting the chat. Greetings from Greece, brother. Okay, thank you. Love from Pakistan, Rehan Khan. See how many countries are supporting Arm Wrestling News and Pradeep. I have Revaz as a slight favorite. Andrea Jekoldaze. Bro, you've been doubting the Georgians. You said Chanshaw is going to beat Zorov Tavbaridze, and now your countryman is only a slight favorite when everyone is saying that this is going to be a mismatch. What's up with you, Andrea? Please tell me. Mark is saying, what is Rivas' best result before his comeback? So, I've heard there was a time when Rivas was the guy in Georgia before Levant's arrival, before Gennadi's arrival, I think. And I would say, I don't think he has ever won the WAF championship, but I would assume he has placed on the podium. I can be wrong. But his biggest claim, as we would say, is a good match against Levan in 2017 or 18 WAF, where he kind of cracked Levan's wrist back. Mark is saying, is anyone else getting video? I think everyone should be getting video, Mark. I hope. What's up, Pradeep? Andre 19 Maran is saying, brother, whenever I read your chat, I have to insert an ad. He's a hater. No, why would he be a hater? Hi, Pradeep. Excited to hear your predictions, Calignator. I'm excited for this live stream as well, brother. Robert Gould. Rivas didn't destroy Mike. They were grueling, tough matches. I agree. Who said he destroyed Mike? Pradeep, saw you pulling on YouTube. You look good. Keep your hips in contact with the table and slide your hips when you're trying to pin. Adib, thank you very much for the suggestion, brother. It was literally the second practice in about 1.5 years. And I have some pain in that stomach area, so it means I was close to the table at least. And I can say one thing about practicing while you are working out. I was doing general lifts about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago when I kind of started that practice. I was feeling strong, and the pain the next day was in the joints, not in the muscles. Now I'm so weak that I cannot apply that much force that the pain goes to the joints. All the pain was in the in the muscles. Nope, zero pain in that. Bring that. I've already did that. Just excited and restarted YouTube. All perfect now. I did. Iris said, okay, not sure what he was watching. So yes, that was a war. So first of all, I do believe that this is going to be a mismatch. One of the few mismatches on that card. Because of one thing, and I know styles make matches, but I also always say that this term is really overused in the arm wrestling community. Whenever you do not have an answer to anything, everyone starts quoting, well, styles make matches. Well, they do, but it should not be a means to escape an argument, which I believe most of the arm wrestling elites, I'm not talking about beginners, most of the elites are using this styles make matches terms, try to avoid the argument. Whenever their buddy is involved in a match and A beats B, B beats C situation comes, and then they suddenly would say that, well, styles make matches. But if their buddy is winning, they would never use that term. Sapina, hope Morozov puts Dave in a hook. Revaz Lutidze, 2013 European and World Champion. Wow, I did not know about that. World Champion. Amazing stuff, brother. Rooting for Derek, but don't think he can win. So Derek Smith openly said after that recent practice with Monster Michael Todd, where Michael looked good, that was about time when Michael started looking good again after his kind of, I would not say device, I was about to say device, but his what is the opposite of progression? So that was the time when he started to show some signs that his riser and pronation are coming back. And after that practice, and of course in that practice Michael looked dominant. After that practice, Derek himself told us that right now he cannot beat Michael Todd, and it was not the first time he said those things. Derek has always said that he cannot beat Michael Todd. He needs to have some time and more training to be at that level. And if we look at that match, Rivas is also kind of a top roller. Michael is also a top roller. Derek also, I don't think he's going to try to force the hook on Rivas. So everybody is kind of a top roller in this scenario. And I think there will be a strength gap. I do believe. And we have seen that Rivas has that flop wrist as well. So what if Derek takes his wrist? Is the match over? I don't think so. Rivas can do this as well, but I don't believe that Derek can hook Rivas or match the power inside the hook, even if the match goes in a hook. And I don't think he can top roll. And even if he can top roll, still man, Rivas has a lot of experience. And we have to remember that there was a meme, 40% meme. I'm sure many of you already know about that. So 40% meme. Before, I think that interview was about a couple of weeks or 3 weeks before the super match against Monster Michael Todd, and Revaz said that he's about 40% of his best. And literally everyone was saying, imagine Revaz at 41%. Revaz at 41% would beat Levan Saginashvili. And right now Revaz said that he's at 60%. So a couple of weeks before the match he was 40. So let's say during the match he was 50%. Now he's saying 60. During the match he's going to be probably 70%. 60-65 I think he said. So we have to believe he's an experienced arm wrestler. And he also said there was a time when Levan used to look up to him. He was Levan's target that Levan needed to achieve. And right now he's already aiming on Levan. And if we asked Levan, Engin Terzi asked Levan, what do you think about Revaz's words or his belief that there is a possibility that he can come back to that level? And Levan himself said that yes, Rivas has a lot of potential. He can definitely be a good match for me if he trains well. So Levan knows something about Rivas. They have competed against each other before. So all of these things, unless Derek Smith somehow Derek got supernatural powers overnight, which I don't think he has got or anyone can get, I see this match as a big mismatch. Coach Ray was also openly saying that if he was Derek's manager, he would have never taken that match. And many people are saying, so Engin Terzi is the organizer. I think he has to say something or try to find some evidences which may show that the match is in fact not a one-sided affair. The match can be a close one. So in that pursuit to find those evidences, I think Engin Terzi and many others found one thing, and that was round 1, Monster Michael Todd versus Revaz Lutidze. When Revaz tried to top roll and Michael also tried to top roll, Michael just stonewalled him. It was not working at all for Revaz. And the claim is that Revaz and Derek Smith are going to go in the same direction, and Derek is also going for top roll, so he can do the same to Revaz probably. This is the only hope that in many people's eyes Derek Smith has in that super match. But we also need to know that how good of adjustments Revaz made after that match, from being completely stonewalled in first round to then proceeding to win the super match in a long, grueling wars, as Robert Gould told us. So we just cannot ignore those later rounds and just focus on that first round where top roll versus top roll did not work for him. And I don't think Derek Smith's top roll is as good as Revaz Lutidze, as Michael Todd. My apologies. And I think in a hook, if that match goes in hook, John Brzezinski was also kind of okay forcing the hook on Derek Smith in that practice pull without the straps. So Derek Smith's top roll is not unmanageable, I would say. It is not something out of the world. And we saw how huge of a strength gap there was between Artem Morozov and Derek Smith. Well, some people can say it was not Derek's day, but even if it is not your day, the strength gap cannot look that big if in fact it is not that big. So he thinks he won. Okay, let's get back to the chat. I've been speaking for a long time and I want to know Derek's side pressure in relation to Michael's side pressure. Good question. I have no idea. Michael's side pressure, I would say, is, I hope Michael is not watching this. He's gonna get mad at me. It is weak, really weak if he doesn't get behind his shoulder. His side pressure in that motion, I don't know what the number says on that art arm handle and pulley system, but in a match, his side pressure looks weak. He's not moving, literally now he's not moving anyone past center with that hit in the beginning that he tries to do in the super matches. So I'm not very impressed by Michael's side pressure. I'm impressed by his side pressure. If that press, I think you can still call it side pressure. It is going sideways and a little bit towards the opponent. Rivas has never won WAF, Andre is saying. So what do we believe here? Please. He was saying 2013 WAF. So man, that is too much of a task. Going to WAF results 2013 PDF and searching Revaz in that. I want to know Derek's. Okay, slump. What does that mean? Revaz won more than Devon. Against who? Slump. Regression. Yeah, regression. I was thinking about that. But I was doubtful if I was thinking, man, is it regression even a word? Where is Derek level at the moment? How good is he compared to East versus West roster? Could he beat most of the roster? Most of the roster? No, definitely not the top guys, super heavyweight guys. And how do we know that? Because the issue with this match is Derek is not someone who is going to get those newbie gains. Probably Revaz is getting those newbie gains, even though he may be more experienced than Derek, definitely at a higher level, and maybe more in terms of the length of career as well. But he may be getting those newbie gains because he stopped arm wrestling for about 3.5 years, 4 years, about 3.5 years. And Derek Smith never stopped arm wrestling. He has been doing that constantly for more than a decade. So he's not getting any newbie gains that is going to make sure that he wins this match. So I somehow doubt that Derek Smith can do anything in this match. What to do forearms have to do with predictions? Whose predictions? When did I say forearms, Robert Gould? I'm confused. Smash the like button, Jonathan Dock is saying. What I see is that Americans bulk up in weight and they are not so tough, while Europeans are more lean and tight. I mean, see Chance, Derek, Corey. They are so big yet they can't win smaller pullers. Derek is huge, man, huge. Great, perfect genetics. Long arm, thick wrist, great forearm. Bicep department can be arguable, but he definitely has the genetics, but not the strength level. Size doesn't mean everything. MMT don't accept loss to Revaz. He think he won. Okay. Derek said he did all he can. Injections. Pancakes. Not just pancakes. Yes, Derek has been kind of open in an indirect way about those things. MMT is a different style puller than Derek. He won't be doing that to Rivas. Okay. That holding top roll comes in a way out. Stacks. Derek has said he's never felt as strong, but doesn't everyone say that every time in all of the super matches? That statement has kind of been watered down way too much. Very diluted statement. My battery is 66% for the last 10 minutes. Okay, great. MMT has no power. Derek is a carry dabba. Rehan Khan. Pradeep versus Isa super match. I will continue until it will happen. Soporto from Italy. Francisco Rizzi is saying. So, man, I don't think that is going to work out well for me. Like, I am very fat at 87 kilos right now. My good body weight where I can actually feel strong would be somewhere around 80 kilos. And Isa does powerlifting and he's 120 kilos. If I was a really experienced arm wrestler, then it would have mattered. But the weight gap is more than 35 kilos in that match. And both of us are beginners. I don't know if it is a good match for me. I love Derek. AW Derek Arch Dog is saying. Robert, MMT used to have good side pressure, but his elbow injuries have changed. Okay. Yes. In arm wrestling, thumb control is keys. But Robert Good, even in his previous matches before 2010 or 11, when he kind of developed that nasty Kings move, even before that, side pressure, I don't think it was there. He was not top rolling or beating anyone in a hook. He was always, Michael always had to get behind his shoulder to finish the opponents. So if there was enough side pressure, he wouldn't have needed those shoulder presses. I think at least 90% of the matches that Michael has won in his career, 90% of them are finished with the shoulder press, tricep press. Is there a pain in your hand because of your table practice with Kaushik Shiv and Amit? There was in that part. Still little bit when I'm trying to squeeze it really hard. Yes. In arm wrestling, thumb control is key. Smash the like thumb, guys. Jonathan, you're the man. Is there a pain? Okay, Reddit. Rivas was uncomfortable against Mike because Mike's style, which is very unorthodox, something he isn't used to. Derek is an orthodox puller, no kings move. Rivas will feel much more comfortable. Possible. True, Europeans look much more tight in their style. If Derek wins in the high spot, he can. Okay. Adib is saying, usually block the opponent's power. Mark is saying, time will tell, Alex. Let's wait for more matches before writing the monster off. Okay. Not. Revaz did win WAF in 2013 but got disqualified for what? For what? I wrote MMT versus Hermes, autocorrect changed it to Revaz. No brother, Mark, MMT versus Hermes is one of the worst matches that can happen right now. Hermes doesn't mind going against the King's move because he has that press. Isa started arm wrestling training. I did watch that video. He's coming for you, Pradeep. Pradeep versus Hermes. No, I need a lot of training, at least 3-4 years of hard training, like hardcore, literally arm wrestling training to be challenging against Hermes if I use both hands like this. For that I need like 4 years of training, I think. Pradeep, now MMT has number of losses, even you can beat him. Robert Gould, excellent comment, but MMT's legacy is defensive. So I think that was about it for this match. We've already been discussing for 18 minutes. I think the next 15-20 minutes are going to be for the next match. So please, I request you guys to stop commenting about this match and let's quickly try to switch over to the next match. The photos that you can see, Artem Morozov versus Dave Easy Money Chaffee. Steel Morozov versus Easy Money. And Kazakhstan versus USA, East versus West. I would like to mention once again, the pay-per-view link is in the description. Please purchase that. Subscribe to Engin Terzi's YouTube channel as well. His channel is back with the monetization, so at least he makes more money from that. Even if Engin has some losses, let's say he uploads the matches on his YouTube and that gives him at least $2,000-3,000, $4,000-5,000 maybe. Maybe those 4,000-5,000 can cover the expenses. That would be really awesome. So please, even if you have watched the matches after purchasing the pay-per-view, try to watch them again when Engin uploads them on his YouTube channel. We need to force Engin to make more money so that he can continue with these matches. Okay, Morozov puts Dave in a hook and shocks the world. Andre 19 Marin comes with a very, very brave comment and he screams, "Yeah, big boy." No, I don't think he's going to scream that. Morozov is 100% gonna hook Dave. Lage is also saying that. Gotta get back to work later, guys. So you're saying that Lage is saying that he's going to hook Dave, but is he going to beat Dave in a hook? That is the question. Robert Gould, thank you for joining. Lage of Morozov, yeah, man, everyone can figure that out. Please do not do these small corrections. This is young strength versus old strength. Could be so interesting. So I was watching the stats from East versus West 3 event, and Morozov is taller than Dave. It says he's 6'5", but some people were saying he did not look like 6'5", so let's say 6'4". 130 kilos, 132 kilos, he informed Engin this time. He's 132. He's gained a couple of kilos, and biceps were above 20.5, I think. Forearms were almost 18. So his forearms are bigger than Dave. Bicep is bigger than Dave. He's taller than Dave. He weighs more than Dave. His wrist is bigger than Dave. So he's generally a larger human being and less experienced, of course, than Dave Chaffee. Dave is 45. Artem Morozov is 24. And I've also just recorded a video about that topic, and as the new trend continues, my wife is editing the video and I'm here doing live commentary. So multitasking. There's a couple great stuff. Anubura Kable, man, difficult name. Anubura Kable is saying, I think Pradeep will hook him. Dave Chaffee. Morozov gonna get crushed 3-0. Andre Jake Valdaze is saying, easy money, Ganja will win against Morozov. Okay, he can be the antidote for Dave. Okay, Andre, first to 6, I no longer back Dave, but first to 3, Dave Chaffee, easy. Mark, first to 6 against Alex Cordecha. So I do believe that if you are going to try the same move again and again against Dave, unless it is a king's move, it may not work. He may not get gassed out if he is in fact even a 1% stronger than you, which I think was the case. The strength gap was very less. We had not seen in a long time anyone bust Dave Chaffee's wrist back in the center, and Alex did that in first round in the center, but Dave's arm was stronger. So combined, I would say there was a very small, because first match stopped right in the center, very small gap between these two. Dave could have been slightly stronger. That is why endurance was not a factor in that match. So I believe I did talk about Dave's weaknesses and his strengths. Strengths are obviously a top roll, the primary weapon that Dave uses nowadays, and the secondary weapon is a hook. We started assuming, because we did not see the hook against anyone except for one Krasimir Kostadinov match in 2018, I think it was. Except for that match, we did not see Dave Chaffee hook anyone in last 4 years. This is what made us believe that Dave Chaffee maybe no longer has the hook anymore. But Engin Terzi did ask Dave about his hook, and Dave clearly mentioned that he still has that hook. It just hurts him to go there. Maybe after the match, he clearly mentioned that he can go in a hook with almost equal amount of strength that he used to have when he was kind of going against Siplankov and other guys. So he has that hook, but he thinks that is the top roll is a more effective and less taxing on the arms. That way is more effective for him. That is why he goes for that. Mark Skigera, thank you. Okay, imagine how Prudnik would feel if Morozov beats Dave. Great thought. I was also thinking about it. Man, Prudnik just dismantled. Although Morozov did say that Prudnik kind of disengaged him from his power. That is why he won. But disengaging someone from your power requires technique, and technique requires strength. You cannot do that to anyone if the strength level is close. So clearly I believe there was a strength gap between these two guys. And there is the ad for Andre 19 Marin. Kurdacha lost before. Dave also got flashed by Pushkar and lost to Leret and Todd. Yes, he did lose to Pushkar. So earlier the saying was Dave only loses to Siplankov, then he lost to Pushkar, then he lost to King's Move. Then people started saying that you can beat Dave only because of a King's Move, because Andrei Pushkar died and Denis Siplankov retired. And then after that, Levan proved it otherwise. Then people started saying you can beat, especially Devon Lett, that you can beat Dave Chaffee only by a King's Move or you have to be Levan. Then Gennady proved it otherwise. He showed that there is an endurance way as well to do that. But again, for endurance to work, you may have to switch styles, which Gennady Quiquina did in that match. He started with trying to match the top roll. Then after multiple restarts, he forced the hook. My biggest question that I've been asking for quite some time now is, please answer that in the comments, yes or no, whatever you think. Can a 24-year-old guy, no matter how much experience he has, no matter how huge he is, can a 24-year-old guy beat Dave Chaffee? That is the question. Please answer it in yes or no. Then we'll try to discuss this further. Silba Jones, thank you बोल रहा है तुझे. Bhabhi helping Pradeep with editing. What a great wife. That's why it's so interesting. I cannot wait. No. Rob said no. Okay. Dave needs more media. Please interview Pradeep. Mark, I've heard many times, except from Agni Terzi, everyone is saying that Dave does not really like giving those interviews. Maybe he's agreeing for those interviews. 80 were there, man. 63 only. Why are you guys leaving? I think I'm doing great. No. Mark is saying Rip Pushkar. Yes. Jonathan Doc is saying yes. 24-year-old guy can beat. Adib is saying no way. So Mark is also saying no. That's why it's so interesting. I cannot wait. Dave needs more media. So maybe I should ask. Sometimes I just assume. I just assume. I've never asked Devon, not Devon, John Brzezinski and Dave Chaffee for an interview. I always say that I'm going to do that now, but I never do that. So Alex Kurdacha got top rolled by Dave, but Morozov will top roll him. Good luck hooking Dave. Hooking? Top roll? You mentioned both things in that one. Okay, no. So Jonathan is saying yes and Paul is saying yes. So Jonathan and Paul, I would like to ask you one question. If Morozov at 24 years age and still being relatively lean, he can be around that 10-12% body fat mark. If at 24 he can beat Dave Chaffee, give me one reason why he shouldn't be able to beat Levan when he's 27 years old. Because he's going to gain a lot. Maybe he can get to 150 kilos in the next 3-4 years. So tell me, if another question for everyone, not just Mark and sorry, I forgot the other name, Jonathan. So not for only for you guys, but for everyone. If he beats now, if he beats Dave Chaffee now at 24, can he get to maybe, let's say, 145 kilos, 150 kilos? And when he's 27, can he beat Levan? I think he can. I'm not saying he will, because I don't think he's going to beat Dave Chaffee, but I seriously believe if he's able to beat Dave Chaffee at 24 years of age, by 27 he's for sure going to beat Levan. And that is one guy that we are always talking about, the potential. 24 years old, 6'4", 132 kilos already, while looking lean, possibly can get to 150 kilos in a few years, 3-4 years, if he tries to bulk up, and has the genetics, and is a good arm wrestler, left and right-handed. But that man, that match against Prudnik kind of puts a dent in Morozov's resume that I'm trying to build here. That Prudnik match always comes. You just cannot ignore how easily Prudnik defeated him. Maybe next year Morozov should seek revenge against Prudnik. Let's see how that goes. Yes, if he beats Dave, then he's on a steep incline drop. I agree. Paul is saying yes. Archdog is saying no, because Levan slammed Chaffee like he was nothing. But still, man, how many guys can beat Dave Chaffee? Gennady beat Dave, but it was on endurance. It was on endurance. And Morozov can also switch styles from top roll to hook, If he has any chance, if he wants to have any chance in this match, I believe he's going to need to try many different things. And by the way, guys, it is 29 minutes past midnight here. So 2nd of August, it is already my birthday. So please wish me happy birthday. Good experience for him. Paul is saying, Mark, if he beats 100% Dave at 24-year-old, he will be unbeatable by 30. I agree with that. Yes, if he beats Dave, he's on. Okay, read that. Levan slammed Devon way worse than he beat Chaffee. This is where styles make matches, perhaps. I would love to see Devon versus Chaffee. The thing is, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Shwak sir. Okay, happy birthday. If he beats Chaffee, he doesn't need to get bigger. Just keep in training. But I don't know. He lost to Prudnik, so he might be. This is that Prudnik match always comes to my mind. Thank you, Edgar Ellerman. Thank you, Andre 19, Darko, Jonathan. If he can't get around Evgeny's hand setup tactics or not, okay. Like saying, what in the world is he gonna do against Dave's hand? Dave has been perfecting his outside game. Yes, I also believe it is a very long shot. I genuinely believe that Morozov has less than 10% chances in this match. Again, if those 10% chances have to kick in, it would have to be again based on endurance, just like the Gennady match. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Abhishek Tiwari. Adib, happy birthday, King. Wow. Not again. Mark again with a super chat. Thank you very much. United Arab Emirat Dirham. What is the full form? Dirham, I know. 75. Thank you very much. Massive super chat. Happy birthday. Thank you, Mark. You're the man. Prudnik has way more lanes than Dave. Mark, what do you do for a living? I would like to know. You're throwing around these massive super chats. You are always talking about sponsoring my training, sponsoring my visit to Dubai. What is up with you, man? I would like to know what work you are doing. Prudnik has way more lanes than Dave and close same power. I'm not sure if it is. Yes, now with Dave's hook probably not as strong as it used to be, and Prudnik's hand, we have seen it can be top rolled. I would like to see Prudnik versus Dave in a hook match. I think Dave is going to top roll Prudnik. I think it should look easy. But if Prudnik forces the hook or Dave voluntarily goes in a hook against him, then I would like to see that match. It can be close in power, as Paul Barrett was mentioning. Ashraful Islam. If somehow Devon versus Hermes Gasparini happen, what do you think? Devon is 269 now. Hermes 290 maybe. I think Hermes is going to kill Devon, especially at this weight. It can look like a mismatch right now. Like if in this condition, in today's condition, magically Devon's arm is fully healed up 100% and they go at it tomorrow, I think it is going to be one-sided for Prudnik. Mark is saying, I own 3 businesses. Very grateful to God. I've been blessed. Thank you very much. Thank you. He's a tennis coach too. Yes, I heard something about tennis related to you. Somebody mentioned that in the live stream, I believe. Just put a few state Gennady for shutout. Okay. We are going to discuss that match as well in the future live streams. I'm going to go for about 6 minutes more. I'm going to end this before 40 minutes, so please stay there. 86 watching, 46 likes. Please try to take the likes number to at least 100 before we leave, and let's see. Please, more comments about how Morozov can win or why he cannot win. I've started saying cannot because if we follow the British English here, and it is can't, and when I say can't, Americans are like, what, can't? It is can't. And so I've started saying cannot. If somehow, okay, Lagia, 3 businesses. Just to state Gennady for shutout, risky move. I don't think it is a risky move. Because, Rob, you tell me, when Devon faced Jerry in 2018, I think Devon was somewhere around 260 pounds. And Devon was able to catch Gennady's press about there. I've heard that WL pads are a little bit higher, so it makes the pin pad a couple of centimeters lower than usual. So under normal circumstances, it would have been a pin, maybe even in that round. But Devon was able to catch. Now a 260 pound 2018 Devon versus this version of Gennady. Who do you think wins in a hook? I would favor Gennady, I think, in that hook, especially hook match. So I think Gennady can also catch Jerry's press and maybe even keep him off center, not let him engage his press at all. Richie with another massive super chat. Thank you very much. $20 super chat. Great. Happy birthday, Pradeep. Cheers. Who won the Pro Panja League, by the way? If you're talking about super heavyweights, Mazahir won. And I asked Coach Ray about Mazahir's comment. What does he have to say? Mazahir wants that revenge. He wants that super match. But Mazahir is way too big now. And he just went through everyone, Richie. He just went through everyone. He's looking massive. When he faced Coach Ray, he was 102, 103 kilos. And not looking as solid. Now he was 109 kilos and looking solid. So, and Coach Ray said, no, get to 90 kilos and I'll beat your ass once again. So I sent Mazahir that clip and I've asked him for a response video. When he sends me that response video, I'm going to put that up on the channel. So I think if Mazahir says something like that I'll come down to 100 and you bulk up a little bit, come to 95, then I would love to see that rematch once again. I would love to see that rematch. Mazahir needs to work on his endurance. And Richie in the 100 kg division, Samir Viti, no, I forgot the other guy's name who defeated Samir Viti. 90 kg, it was Sheikh Tawheed who defeated, you maybe do not know all of these names. Mark, not a sheikh, self-made, hard work, sweat and integrity. Like I said, very blessed. So happy to share what I have been given. I'll also be in that place one day, Mark. Thank you very much. Richie again, thanks for the massive super chat. Lagia is also saying happy birthday. How big is Michael Todd? Michael Todd is not as big as he used to be. I'm talking about weight. Right now he's only 252 pounds, which is one of the lightest that he has been in almost a decade, I would say. How do you see that Devon that played with Levan against Dave Chaffee? Would have loved to see that match. I think in WL pads, Devon would have beaten him again. I've made a detailed video about that. I believe that Devon would have beaten him on 7x7 pads as well, just based off endurance and King's move. But it would have looked equally as ugly as the 2019 match. Mark, are you Mexican at origin? Gennady in hook for sure. Richie, at what level is Suhail compared to Mazahir? I think they're very close. They did compete against each other in 2019 or 18 in Dubai, I think, and Mazahir beat him. So right now, if I were to bet on that match, I would be betting my money on Mazahir and Suhail also looks jacked. Suhail has also kind of leveled up, at least in his visible physique. I don't know about the performance. Gennady will top roll and might end up badly for him. He's underestimating Jerry from what I have seen from his live streams. Andre, you're again doubting a Georgian? What is up with you, bro? Gennady is very proud at winning rematch. He will study his mistake. Adib is saying he will lose to Jerry because he never faced Jerry's style. No way he has the time to recalibrate. The thing is that right now in round 1, whenever new guys are facing each other, they always try to go for top roll. I do believe that he's going for the top roll in first round. Let's see how he deals with Jerry's press. Because we just cannot ignore those rounds where Todd Hutchings was able to stop Jerry and flop his wrist, but he was not able to finish him. Matt Mask was able to stop Jerry and come up with a press. It was an elbow foul, but he still brought Jerry from here to here. And even when Matt was here, he kind of stopped Jerry for about 7-8 seconds, I think 6-7 seconds. And if Matt can stop Jerry here, I think Gennady can stay there for a very long time. I'm a mix of many things, but been in Dubai for 40 years, so I am typically Dubaite. Oh, like 6 inches? What 6 inches? Are you sure Morozov is 6'4"? Tobias is a little over 6'3", and there's a video of Engin measuring him. Not sure. It says 195, which should be 6'5", but some people were saying he was not 6'5", so I said 6'4". Maybe he's not even 6'4", who knows. Hello Pradeep, Adnan. Hello Adnan. They are both unorthodox. So these were my prediction, guys. I think Revaz Lutidze is going to win 3-0 very comfortably against Derek Smith, and it may look like a mismatch just like Derek's last match against Artem Morozov. And in the Morozov versus Dave Chaffee super match, I do believe Dave Chaffee has the edge. He's going to top roll Morozov 3 times, and Morozov may have 10% chance in that match, and those chances are going to be based on if he can switch styles mid-match and if he can get multiple restarts. I don't know if he's going to go in a hook first or try to top roll first, but he needs a lot of fouls and restarts. His only chance to tire Dave Chaffee out and win on endurance. I don't think he's going to beat Dave on endurance, but we were saying that maybe Derek is also going to beat Rivas after we saw him go against Prudnik, after we saw him lose to Prudnik. So we cannot underestimate that, but still it is impossible to ignore the Prudnik versus Artem Morozov match. How much can Morozov gain in that short of a period? Happy birthday, Pradeep. Bye. Silva Jones, thank you. Rivas wins, Derek mismatch. So these were my predictions. Popcorns for the Gennady Jerry match. It could last 40 minutes. It could very well. Rivas can do a Looney Tunes face. Can you beat Ryan Bowen in a fist fight? I'll have to train for that. I'll have to train because I'm also not trained. Whenever usually both guys are not trained, and the bigger guy, Ryan is not really very big in terms of weight, but yes, frame wise he's a bigger guy and weighs what 4 kilos more than me. Can you beat Ryan Bowen if it's stacks? So thank you very much. These are the predictions. I hope you liked the live stream. It was not an unprepared live. I just recorded a video, so almost all the points about this match were taken from that. I hoped you liked it. 55 likes, 84, 2 massive super chats. I'd like to read out the stats for you. Category sports, public, monetization on. Concurrent viewers 85 now, 55 likes, 3.2 thousand Indian rupees, so about $40 in super chat. Amazing stuff. New members 0. Nobody joined as a new member in this live stream. Chat rate 6. I still do not know what chat rate means. I'm going to tell you the chat rate of the stream at the most recently available time. So how many out of those 82 are commenting? Maybe this 423 views. Average view duration is 6 minutes 6 seconds. Pradeep versus Coach Ray in MMA. I agree with your prediction, Adnan. Okay, do you think you can beat Levan with both hands? No. 4 hands. If I had equal strength in 4 hands, then maybe I can beat him. I don't think even with 3 hands it is possible. All the best. Thank you so much for the live. And I forgot to tell you one thing very important. 74 people watching. Please do not drop off. Happy birthday again, Mark. So I did a practice session, as somebody mentioned earlier in the stream a couple of days ago. Still I have actually a good amount of pain in the muscles, and I posted those videos on my Hindi channel, and guess how many views it got? On my Hindi channel that has 1000 subscribers, my practice pulling got 3000 views on my Hindi channel. If I posted it on the English channel, it would have gotten at least 6000 views. This is my guess. That is just amazing stuff. 3000 views on a practice pull on a channel that has 1000 subscribers. Amazing, amazing, man. Get a bald fade. Almighty are you. And I did a gripper video uploaded. That has also got like 2.6 thousand views. I'm really blessed, man. Really blessed. I imagine if I had a super match with someone, let's say anyone, man, that could get a lot of views. If a practice pull on Hindi channel is getting 3000 views. Right arm champion. So thank you very much. This is something I wanted to mention. Arm wrestling news Hindi. If you want to see me getting top rolled by everyone, if you want to see me looking sloppy, Arm wrestling news Hindi is the channel where the video is uploaded at. Thank you very much, Pradeep. This reveals before that, cause you're a celebrity. Send your fans a kiss. No, no. No. I was almost about to do that. ये ऑलमाइटी यार ये वो